Yeah, we got a little freebie for you today with the A team, Big T and JSU, bringing you some showdown content, right? I'm Holden, and I will be bringing you through this wonderful journey of showdown content tonight. Here's one thing we need to do, though. JSU,
am I tripping on shrooms right now, Tony? Like, seriously, bringing you through a journey?
Oh,
what the hell
that was last week, buddy. And the thing I got to say about that is, well, it's legal in Colorado now. But the thing I got to say is we will not be talking about mushrooms. We'll not be talking about breaking water today. We will not be talking about birthing babies. None of that. We're just going to talk about NBA. And I'm sure we'll figure out something else to talk about that will derail this show beforehand. K. Fallick, I understand, wants to come on the show. K. Fallick, I'd prefer you hijack the baseball show than this show. So by all means, you are very invited to the baseball show. Your two little kids are absolutely invited as well, but the door has been locked upon you today. Unless you want to do the NBA and the baseball show, and then we're good. JSU, talk to me, my friend. What's going on today? Little game between the Celtics and the Heat down in Miami.
Yeah, me and Big T have talked about this. It just feels like we go on these shows every day. So it's starting to feel to the point, Tony, we get into the points of these series where we start to kind of, I try not to do it, but we just do it by accident, right? I feel like I'm regurgitating a lot of the same crap over and over. And I feel honestly a little bad, a little bit, but the people watch the shows and they enjoy it. And, we try and give fresh new takes, even though the games are, outside of a guy missing here, a guy missing, they're the same, right? There's a little tweaks when, Robert Williams gets rolled out or Tyler Hero, Jimmy Buckets. At least with the Celtics series with the Heat, we've at least seen some guys get rolled out, which has changed the showdown slate a tad. So we'll see if that happens again today. I don't know if it will. I'll have some takes when it comes to some of these guys on the injury report. We all know the Heat guys are they're always on that injury report. And, most of them are playing. So, the one guy, obviously Hero, we'll see, but that's going to be the biggest part of this slate is what injury news are we getting? And then how does that affect the slate? And right now we have some guys that are still questionable. So we'll give you our thoughts, obviously, on the what ifs, right? What if this guy plays? What if he doesn't play? But it should be a fun game. I bet the Celtics. I know Tony bet the Celtics. I'm really high on the Celtics.
All right, I'll bet the Celtics.
It was good to see them win without Smart. So I think, they do get this victory here in Miami. I just think they're the overall better team. And I just don't know where the scoring is going to come from with Miami. That's been the question this entire series. Boston had a really bad game 2 games ago, especially the first 2 quarters. But outside of that outlier, they've been the better team in this series, in my opinion. I'm just going to keep rolling with that.
So what was it, guys? 18 points by the starters in the last game from Miami and 6 from Jimmy. Did that really happen? Is that what I saw?
They had 6 points at towards the end of the first quarter. When have you seen that in an NBA game? Seriously, that Suns game, it was pretty bad too, right? I think Anthony Edwards was on Twitter, making fun of some of the Suns guys. Bro, really? You guys got 30 points in at the end of the third quarter or something like that? That was pretty bad. But you don't see that in NBA games where you see blowouts, right? But you just don't see teams in the first quarter have 6 points, and their starters just do nothing. That's crazy.
I'm going to do the same thing that I did yesterday. 3 lineups. One's going to be a blowout script just because, yesterday was a blowout. The final score wasn't a blowout. It was a blowout last night. Tony, is that a dumb idea, a decent idea? At this point, like JSU was saying, we've seen enough basketball. I've got enough data here that a lot of these games are blowouts. I don't feel like it is, but should I be just taking one lineup if I'm only doing 3?
Yeah, in Showdown, I never mind doing stuff like that. And I don't know if I would full hedge 3 where you do a blowout and then a Miami and a Boston and just go totally hedge life. But I don't mind doing a blowout build for sure, especially in this series, because one of the reasons we've seen these blowouts so much is just the style of teams that these teams can smother you. And the offense gets limited at times. And Miami, we did get let down in, game 3 where Boston just laid an egg on us. But I'm with JSU. We're just staying arm in arm that I just don't think Miami can score, and I'm going to make them prove it to me 2 more times. I don't think they can win 2 more games in this series. I just Boston is too good on defense. They're just, as long as Smart and Time Lord play, or at least Smart, I think Smart will play though. If they both sit, maybe I lean a little bit the other way, but as long as at least Smart plays, I think they both probably play. But I just can't see Miami scoring. Boston's way better. Every series gets to the point where one team's just better, and I think we've reached that point. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Boston blows them out again.
As crazy as this sounds, Tony, I think that Robert Williams in this series is actually a bigger X factor for the Celtics than even Marcus Smart is. I think if it was the Bucks series, I'd want Marcus Smart over Robert Williams. But the fact that I feel like Robert Williams just gives Bam and those guys in the paint like massive fits where if they can't get to the basket, they can't get to the foul line. Jimmy's struggling to get there right now. And remember, before Jimmy in this playoffs was just making all these friggin' jump shots, how did the dude get his offense? He was a guy who'd get to the rim, get fouled, go to the free throw line, right? That was the main way he got his offense. He's gotten his offense for most of his career, right? And then in the playoffs, we see this guy just go nuts shooting the ball in some of these other series. But here we go. He's had the last 3 games. Take what you want from it. I know some of the games were blowouts on either side, but 8 free throw attempts, 2 free throw attempts. The 2 was he only played 20 minutes, but still in that entire half, he only got 2 free throw attempts, and then 0 in 27 minutes in the last game. You can't tell me that the size of Boston has made it a little more difficult, and the one-on-one individual defense has made it a little difficult for Jimmy Butler to get to the free throw line and be assertive. That's the way he needs to play. And Boston is clearly forcing him to make jump shots. They're saying, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us to keep shooting that basketball as good as you've been in the playoffs against Philly and before that against Atlanta. Keep doing it against us and our good defense, because we have better defense than Atlanta and Philly, and we trust in our defense and our individual defenders more and our rim protection more. So let's see if you can do it 3 series in a row. And I think if you look at all this stuff, Boston's played it perfectly. It's almost like how Golden State's played Dallas perfectly, where it's like, I know Dallas won, but Steve Kerr saying you ain't shooting the way you're shooting for 4 games out of a 7-game series. If you do that, we'll shake your hand, say congratulations, and you'll move on. And we've seen that in the Golden State series. Dallas had 1 good game where they were shooting the ball consistently the entire game. It was last night. And other than that, they haven't. So we're seeing coaches kind of, say, okay, this is how we're going to play you, and let's see if you can handle it. And to date, I think Boston's strategy has clearly worked. Like, you can't tell me that those numbers aren't saying that the Celtics are trying to key in on Jimmy, not letting him get to the free throw line. Like, they're clearly trying to keep him off that line, because that's what his offense is predicated on. It's the line. It's the free throw attempts.
Okay. So, and Jimmy's knees bothering him. So we got that going there.
Jimmy's little pump fake stopped working too. Like, JSU's all over it, where the dude pump fakes every time. And it reminds me of D Wade, where it usually works too, but you're facing a well-coached, great defense now. They're just going to make you hit the shot. They're not going to fall for the little spin pump fake thing.
D Wade is a good comparison too. That's a really good comparison.
They live on those pumps, and
yeah,
if you just stay down and make them make the turnaround, so be it. Score 40 on that turnaround and beat us. And he might. Sometimes he's incredible. He might do it. But I'll tell you what, he's definitely going to beat you at the line, like JSU said. If you fall for that pump, not only is he going to get some and ones because he gets you up and he's great at using his body, but he's going to live at the free throw line, get your guys in foul trouble. And they just have learned, though. I don't think they're going to jump at all. They're going to make him hit it. I just have a very hard time seeing Miami score the basketball. I don't know where it's going to come from.
All right. So then that leads into how we're going to build tonight. And before we do that, though, just a couple things for you. First of all, like button would be great. Helps us with the algorithm. Means that we're more popular. 200 watching. Let's try to get to 200 likes. That'd be great. We'll do that as the show continues to go on. So a like button would be wonderful. We're at 56. Look at the guys we got on today. We're giving you JSU and Big T for free. The other thing I want to say in the chat right now, our guy Steve Anthony, RPS has me up $4,000 in baseball the last 2 days. $4,000 in baseball the last 2 days. So I think this is a perfect time to go into members never win, because members apparently never win, despite the fact Steve Anthony is up $4K in the last 2 days. How about Steve some MMA?
Man, too.
Huh?
He's the man. He's been one of our OG people in chat.
He is. He's one
Steve
of our
Anthony he was always on the shows. Even when we started with the football, he was always in there late Friday nights, grinded. He always that's a real RPS for lifer guy, Steve Anthony.
I'm happy
Good dude.
I'm happy for him. Absolutely.
Love that.
And it's not, listen, we do all the big sports here. Obviously, NFL, NBA, MLB. We got a show coming up next on MLB. Draft Cheat's going to be behind the paywall now. So you got that going for you if you're a member. Other winners, but we got MMA, tennis, PGA, my God. And Howitt, 3K in MMA. Mac2 Services, 10K in baseball. Rye Guy, 10K in PGA. TMR6, 27K in NBA and NHL. Oh, let me not forget about Matty Ice and the boys over there on the NHL side kicking it. Tambo got a ticket. No, Tambo won 125K in PGA. Title got a ticket in MMA. The Wog Show, 50K in PGA. Tony, just 62K in MLB. And TYA, $1 million in PGA. So, again, he gets unless he gets to six figures. He's on the curve.
Tony, did he short you? Did you get 62K on the dot? Was that shorted?
I think so. For baseball,
are we sure?
Yeah.
I'm only as good as the information I'm given, JSU. Okay.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Is usually correct. So that's all I'll say. And this is,
because you can't short Tony. I've learned this. It's not allowed. You can't even short him $2. He won't allow it anymore, Holden.
You know what 62K to Tony is like? Michael Jordan scoring 25 points. Like, what the fuck is that? 25 points?
62K is nothing to me. Yeah,
what a joke.
That's right.
What a joke. The guy won $1 million. He wins 100K, 62,000. I mean, what's that going to get you? A new pool? Come on, it's inflation, Tony. Anyway.
It's inflation.
One of these days I'll hit six figures and get a congrats from
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hopefully tonight.
Holden read the million, so casually compared. Yeah, again, I know it hurts. I know it hurts you a little bit, but when you set a standard of excellence, Tony, and you don't hit that excellence, it's a bit disappointing. So try better. 38 more K, and you'll be fine. So let's get into some thoughts. And I also want to read what's going on with the players. So we're waiting on Robert Williams. So Time Lord and Marcus Smart, game time decisions. I don't know what's going on.
All the news looks like they're going to play. Just to
you think they're going to play?
All the news looks like they're going to play, unless they have a setback.
The fact that they said Marcus Smart's ankle feels better, Udoka says that tells me that the swelling in the ankle probably went down. And the fact that they said he's going to test it out pregame, that's just to make sure. Like if they got that swelling down on the ankle, then he's a warrior. Like Marcus Smart came back in 5 minutes after that ankle injury where he was crying on the floor. And whether you like it or not, anyone who's like torn their ankle or hurt their ankle, rolled it really bad, it does hurt. I mean, I don't know if I was crying on the floor, but man, it does hurt. So he got back out there after 5 minutes. I think he plays too, personally. And
this has to be one of the weirdest series ever, right? With these injuries where a guy will just randomly sit and then come back and just play full run. And there's only 1 day off in between, even with Hero just popping up and sitting out. And it's just in last game. I said it the last time with Smart, like he's out last game. The dude is literally sliding his feet on the bench again. Do they just not respect Miami at all to where they can just sit these guys?
It was like Jimmy who sat against Atlanta in like game 5 or whatever it was. He was just like, nah, my team's got this. Like, I'm just take a seat.
I think Smart was hurt too. I thought your comparison was great with the ankle, but maybe they just don't respect Miami and they're just like, we got to play the long game a little bit.
No, I really think that his ankle swelled.
I mean, I think it was swollen,
it.
but he was moving good on the bench. Like when he was just, I don't know.
He moved good when he had the hip injury.
Yeah.
But
and he's going to move good again tonight.
Doing defensive slides on the bench, Tony. Like, I mean, he was
chest bumping people in timeouts. Like I saw him chest bumps like Tatum or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I'm more worried about Rob Williams' injury. Like, I think his injury is more like
he was like crushing, and then he had the one trip where he like got knee on knee or something and went up, and then he started limping. And I wouldn't be shocked if he got. I think he's going to play, but in this series, who freaking knows?
I really feel like his injury is an actual injury where he's playing through pain, and they don't have the luxury of giving him enough time for it to fully heal up. So they're just trying to manage it as best they can. And like, they probably already realized this, that he might need, not be able to not play as many minutes. Maybe he needs a game off here and there, like every couple of games. So I really do feel they're saying the tweet came in from Woj saying that Robert Williams is going to test his left knee out, but there's optimism he'll be available. And like, yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, he's got to test it out to see if it feels good. But, his injury actually worries me more than the Smart injury personally.
Yeah, there's a couple other things going on here. I mean, you talk about the Heat not scoring. They shot almost 38% from behind the arc in the regular season. They're shooting 32.5% here. So, I mean, basically for the Heat to win tonight, magically, they just have to get hot from behind the three, right? Like,
here's the thing, though. Like, Victor Oladipo came off the bench and gave them a burst. He gave them, Tony, wouldn't you say Victor Oladipo came off the bench and gave them a Tyler Hero game? Like a good Tyler Hero game?
Better than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so
we've been all over Oladipo. I don't know why he's not just playing tons and tons of minutes. He's been their second best guy.
Yeah, that's my point, though. So it's like they didn't lose that much with Hero not playing because they got that burst from Oladipo that wouldn't have probably been there if Hero played. So like their starters literally just couldn't hit a shot. Like, that was the thing. Like, their entire starting unit could not hit a friggin' jumper. And then, Bam was gone again. He had that one good game 2 games ago, I think it was. But the rest of the series, he's just not there. It's just tough for him. And I said, man, if Bam could ever replicate that 30-point night in this series again, if he could do that, yeah, Miami would be, they'd have a much better shot at beating the Celtics. That's our point, though. They don't have guys who can consistently give them those type of games outside of Jimmy. And even if Jimmy does give them 30, that still don't mean they're going to win, as crazy as that sounds. Like, they need someone else on top of Jimmy having a good game to give them a good scoring night. And I just don't see where it comes from. Like, yeah, will they shoot better at home? I would say so, right, Tony? Like, wouldn't you give them a better chance to shoot better, a little better at home? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'd give them a better chance at home. I still don't. I don't see where it's coming from.
No, I don't see where the scoring, like, as a whole. I
mean, even the shooting, they're just getting defended. I mean, I don't know. I don't see an answer. I don't see a counter. I don't see what they can do. Yeah, we can just say they can make shots, but it's not like the Dallas series to me, where Dallas has got open looks the whole series. They missed them until last night when they made everything. And like JSU said, I don't think they can make them 4 nights in a row. But I don't feel like Miami's getting the same looks Dallas is getting. They're just getting defended. And guys like Max Strus, Kyle Lowry's carcass on the court, like, these dudes are not worrying me whatsoever in any facet.
And you actually think Boston's worried about any of those guys?
What does this from Colonel Jack mean? Big T picking players like he picks his boogers? What does that even mean? I literally don't even know if he's I don't even know if that's such a bad statement that I don't even know if it's a joke or if he's
you're going to get derailed if you keep up with this.
Is he really trying to troll you with that joke?
I literally don't even get it.
Both of my kids love boogers.
Butthole.
I'm not as opposed to picking a booger. Like, what does that have to do with picks?
Yeah, but the kids eat them. It's disgusting.
Hold on,
I don't eat them, but I don't mind picking them a little here and there.
That's fun.
I'm out. Butthole Jenkins, you need to get with ColonelJack.com or whatever and help him out. Like, give him some tips.
My boy.
Give him some tips on how to troll. You know what I mean? Yeah, he loves you. He likes to troll me.
Like he picks his boogers. Like, that's a new one.
That's a bad one.
I don't even know what to say about it.
It's not even good. You know? Whatever.
I might be good at picking boogers. Does that mean I'm good at picking players? I don't know what that means.
Well, you're only pulling down 62K. I mean, you're only
I don't eat them, though. I will confirm
person.
that. I can't confirm I've never picked a booger because I've picked a few.
Yeah.
I can confirm I don't eat them, though.
You definitely
everyone's lying in this chat if they're saying they've never picked one booger. They're all lying.
Everyone picks them. And everyone's eating them.
Eating them's definitely on
them. Everyone's not eating them.
When you're like 4 years old?
Well, maybe when you're 4, but like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've eaten one. Does 4 not count? Like you just skip to adulthood?
I don't even know what you're doing it for. Like,
who's the guy that said that? Picks boogers? What's his name?
I don't know.
Who was it?
Jack.com or whatever.
Jack.com. Totally eats his boogers. Totally. No question. All right. Anyways. If you're not a subscriber, you're missing the war of words in the live show chat here, where VIP is upset at me. Wow, keeping K Phallic out. What kind of mojo is that holding? And then K Phallic comes back and says, it's okay. It's a freeloader show. And then K Phallic says he can't do the baseball show. Do you want to let him on, JSU? I mean, you're the director of content over here.
K Phallic can come on whenever he wants, but I will say K Phallic is not a fan of the freeloader shows. I will just say that. I know he is not a fan of the freeloader shows. He wants people to sign up. He wants people to become a member and jump in the I will say too, the members weren't happy with old JSU when they found out that this show was free. I'll just say we picked some winners on this show. The members weren't very happy with me, Tony. You stayed away from the NBA chat, so you might not have seen it, but they weren't happy with old JSU. I know they don't like,
because I mean the playoffs are definitely one of the bigger edges. So this is probably our last free NBA show of the season. Maybe we'll do one more because we like the people.
Oh man, this is starting to sound another pod now, way off the rails. I mean, what do you think? We're actually entertaining over here, okay?
I don't know.
A lot of things get off the rails.
Who are these people?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here today.
Definitely Awesemo subscribers. That's for one, for sure.
They're upset.
Our shows sound nothing like them. Nothing against. I love Awesemo's the man. I hung out with them a bunch last year. I like it. Nothing against them. They do different content than us, though. They're more projections based. He's got some of the better projections. They're not very entertaining, in my opinion, and we try to be more entertaining with picks and game theory stuff. So
yeah. So .com Holden. So Josh says Holden picks his players like he picks his women blindly. Now that would have been a better diss, and it's slightly true. So
I was going to say there's got some truth to that for sure.
Yeah. Brett says the show might be free, but the player pool isn't. That's true. The player pool is going behind the paywall. That's true.
Booger talk is free. Pool.
Oh God. Yeah. So the booger thing in the chat, in the premium chat. All right, guys, let's let it die. Everybody say nice things to K Phallic since he's pouting and he doesn't want to come on the free show now. Come on, K Phallic, you're invited.
He can come on and tell us to play like Dwayne Dedman captain or something.
Who, him? How did that work out for him last night?
I don't think well.
Or the other
Who
night,
was it again? Who did he say?
Oh, Moses Moody. Moody captain.
Kuminga got the big boost.
Oh
God, when you saw him come in, you were just like, this guy's gonna smash. Like you knew it.
I was so mad at myself right away because I'm like, it's so freaking obvious. Otto's out. Like, I'm an idiot. That series has kicked my ass. People say I don't take an L. That series has owned me. I literally dominated the Memphis Golden State. I think I shipped like 3 times. And this new Golden State series, I haven't even been in the freaking area code of shipping, just getting destroyed by that series.
Yeah. So no ripping Awesemo in the chat. We don't need to do that, guys. There's no rivalry over here. We do what they do. We do what we do. They do what they do. I'd say we're a little more entertaining. And
I'll say one thing too. At least those guys play. Respect that. We could start ripping a lot of people that give out a lot of information and you pay a lot of money for with other sites, and they don't even fucking play DFS. Yeah. Like literally, you can't find teams in any contest, and you're paying $200, $300 for different
$600
sports, $600 for different sports, not for like the entire site, for like one sport at a time. So we're not picking on dudes that actually play. I don't care how they give their advice out. That's to everyone's going to be different. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And since I
don't make fun of good players,
I make things about myself, JSU. RPS, even the host plays. That's the new slogan we have here. At RPS, even the host plays. You better believe it. I've been playing every goddamn night. I've actually sprinkling in the hockey too. It's kind of fun. It's just been magnificent. Okay, let's get back on track. 300 watching, 108 likes. We're going to get to 200. We're doing freebies for you guys, and you better hit the freaking like button for that. That's ridiculous if you don't. So get us to 200, helps us with the algorithm, and everything is great. They show they're winning. That's the difference. I don't know who you're talking about. Anyways, let's talk about builds then, guys. JSU, we'll just go back to you first. I mean, how are we thinking about building this thing? Are we looking at a 4-2? Are we looking at a 5-1? Captains we'll get into in a little bit, but talk to me about the breakdown on roster construction.
Yeah, so this slate is going to be interesting because a lot of it depends on some of these guys that are in and out. I'm going to take most of these guys as in, like the Boston guys. I'm assuming that both Robert Williams and Smart end up playing. I will assume that all the Miami guys are going to be in that are questionable, except, Hero. I don't know, Tony, do we just talk like he's in, or because I think that's the other big part of this slate, like before we dive into just builds and who we like Tyler Hero being out, put into play Victor Oladipo, who smashed last game. We were high on Duncan Robinson. Butthole Jenkins, that's not an L. I took a W there. Okay. Just so you know, that's a W for Duncan Robinson. We were both right on him. We loved him last slate, puts him into play. So it puts a lot of these other guys, Caleb Martin, more into play that maybe if Hero's in aren't as much in play. So I think that's the big piece of news that I don't know about. All the stuff that, like, should we just assume he's in? How do we go about this?
Man, it is the important one. Obviously, I think it's even more important than the Boston guys for sure. Just as far as DFS, not as far as the actual basketball game. I don't think it impacts the actual basketball game as much. But yeah, I kind of think he doesn't play in my head, but I don't have like some inside knowledge or anything. It's a groin injury. I think it's just a little bit different than some of the other things we've seen that is soreness. Maybe it's just that I hope he doesn't play, because that all my favorite plays from Miami are the guys that would get a direct boost by him not playing. And it's the same guy. I just think the game's going to go similar to how it went last game, where they're just going to smother these guys, Jimmy included. And I think the guys that it will get the biggest boost are the same dudes we were on last game: Depot, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, where I want to play those three. So I hope Hero's out. Even if Hero's in, though, I still like the same three guys. Oladipo's been too good in this series. He just has to play. There's no way Spo sits him down. I just don't think he's been too good. He has to play. And Duncan Robinson's earned more playing time too. So Caleb Martin, those three look good to me last game. So I like those three. And honestly, the rest of Miami obviously we got to wait for the Hero news because it's important, but I really struggle. Even Jimmy, man, I struggle to pay 11-2 for Jimmy. I love Jimmy. They're swarming him though, and I really, really struggle with it even at home.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to talk like Hero's out because I agree with you. I think this game.
And when we say that, he could easily play too. Just for
yeah. The DGA said in the chat, they said it's a 3 to 4 week injury normally for a groin.
I kind of think he's out injury. Too, just my personal, because they don't want to rule him out just to put a little something out extra on the plate. But that's kind of my opinion too, that he's just going to be out.
Okay, so yeah, we're kind of on the same page then. If he's out, I think, we're going to lower Jimmy a little bit. I'm not on Bam. Again, I'll just keep fading him, especially if Williams and Smart are back in. I mean, it's even worse for him. But so I'll definitely be out on him. And then like guys like Lowry, even Struss at those price tags, like I'm not playing those guys when I can come down to like cheaper guys like Duncan Robinson, who's going to get run either way too, right? Duncan Robinson's going to get run whether the game is close, whether the game's in a blowout. So like he's a great play. Victor Oladipo kind of similar in that aspect where he's going to get some run either way. You were on Gabe Vincent. I didn't play Gabe Vincent last slate. I played those other guys, but that was definitely probably a mistake. I mean, he played. You couldn't have asked for more.
Like we were talking about it.
You couldn't have asked for more.
He stayed in.
He just shot 2 for 10 from the field. I mean, he took 10 field goal attempts. Like you were definitely right on playing Gabe. I got lucky because Oladipo and Robinson's like smash, but Vincent could have easily smashed and beat out Duncan Robinson and been on the winner. So I'll take an L on Vincent because you were 100% right on Vincent.
him. I just think in a blowout, he's for sure going to get
No, that's my point though. You hit it on the head and I thought it was going to be Oladipo and Robinson. I didn't know if he was going to necessarily get it. I don't know if you remember, I was on the fence about the Vincent one. So I'll give you credit for that one. And Caleb Martin, 100%, like all those guys to me. I'm going to play all those guys over these starters, like all of them. And I'm just going to over project them. And then the Boston guys, the only people, if Smart and Williams are, in, obviously, like I think you have to downgrade just a little bit, like Derek White. I think you have to downgrade Grant Williams a tad and maybe Peyton Pritchard. So like these other Celtics though, like I'm going to just jam in them with the cheap Heat guys. And that's my plan. I'm going to play Celtic captain and I'm going to get a bunch of the stud Celtic guys and then jam in the cheaper Heat guys.
So how many Celtics would you have then if you're jamming the cheap guys?
I haven't built my teams yet, so I can't tell you for sure, but that's my exact plan. I'm going to play the stud. I'm going to play these stud Celtics. I'm going to play the cheap Heat guys. I'm going to play a Celtic in the captain. Like it's just that simple for me and run my teams. Yeah. I haven't run anything yet. So I don't know exactly what I'm playing yet, but again, if I'm going to over project those cheap Miami guys, they're going to hit over cheap Boston guys. And then I'm going to project higher the Celtics studs over a lot of the Heat studs. So that's going to give me more of that. So that's like my exact way I'm building for sure tonight.
It's interesting. The line just moved from 2.5 to 3.5. That's a little weird. I don't know why. I did just see Tyler Hero out in a video where he's taking a couple of set shots. That really doesn't mean anything though. So he's definitely not out yet.
You got a groin injury. Let's see you move side to side.
Well, that's what we need to release, and he's not.
Let's see you push off, let's see you cut. Let's see you do a few things here. Set shots aren't going to bother you as much.
Well, no. That's the whole thing. He's not jumping. He's just shooting set shots. So it's a small clip though. Hey, look who's in the building.
Hold it. He's been here for literally like 10 minutes.
Well, it's okay.
You missed my entrance as well. I entered picking my nose quite a bit. Like
you want to do it again for us?
Huh?
Can you do it again for us? No, don't do it. Don't do it, Phallic. Ugh, so gross. Hi, Phallic. How are you, buddy? What do you think about? Are you upset at me? First of all, I was hoping you'd hop on the premium show just because you're.
Yeah, I wish I could. I could, but it's
really not the reason. And then the other thing that I wanted to do here was bring you on, which I think I said I'd like you on, to get your thoughts on tonight's game.
Sure.
Which guy that you're going to put in the captain is going to piss Tony off tonight?
Well, let's first of all say that Moses Moody did not get there because Klay Thompson and the rest of the Golden State Warriors didn't get there either. It was a embarrassing game by them. Overall.
Yeah, but you weren't winning with Moody because Kuminga smashed and all those other cheap dudes smashed.
Sure. Kuminga came in first too, which was big news. Those are the pivots, though. We didn't talk much. Like, I didn't play enough. I'm blaming myself, too, because, man, why? Like, God, Kuminga was a good play with Otto out. And I played him, but I didn't play him enough, and I regretted it.
Yeah, I had the two teams, and I swapped off of him on one of my two teams too.
You just we played the slate before too, so you had to be more mad than me.
I mean, I had him on my main team the slate before, and then I'm like, do I really want to do it again and take the chance? And I kept going back and forth, and then I fell on the Bertans Moody build, which Bertans was fine. Like, he was good. It's just when Kuminga and Kleber go for like 30 each or whatever they did, you're not going to win with Bertans and Moody. Like, that's just what happens. But you said it on the show, Tony. Remember, you were like, we all think Moody's the best play, but if you take Moody out of your 1K build and you put another 1K guy in there for Moody, that's going to make your team so much more unique. And I'm pretty sure that style team without Moody, who did well at 1K, he wasn't on the winner, right? The winner was Kuminga, Kleber, Luke at the captain, with a few of those mid-tier guys. I forget who exactly, but the cheap dudes were Kleber and Kuminga.
I'm sure was on the winner. Yeah, he had a good game.
Oh, DFS. Yeah, he was one of them. The mid-tier crushed, so that's why those mid-tier guys did well. So,
all right, so let's hit the like button. We're looking for 200. We're giving you a free show today. Free show. Come on, give me a break. Help us out. Subs and freeloaders, subscribers. I know you don't love it that we're giving away. Don't worry about it. We're going to end up keeping all the other shows behind the paywall, and hopefully K Fallick behind the paywall, because you're just getting too much good information here. K Fallick, JSU has given his thoughts. Tony, his thoughts. Break it down for us, buddy.
Yeah, so it starts off with just this injury news is going to be the most important piece of this slate. So if Robert Williams and Marcus Smart are both out, then you can hammer every single player for Boston that you usually want to hammer in those situations. If one of them is out and the other one's not out, then you have to evaluate. And we have plenty of information at this point in data of what the rotation looks like when one of these guys is out and the other one's not, as well as when both of them are out. We can assume what the rotations will look like. So Boston, I think, is a pretty easy one to figure out at this point, what the rotation looks like. It's just the news is important for defining that rotation. If Robert Williams is in, Al Horford becomes a worse play, and I've been saying that since the beginning. Like, he is a much worse play if Robert Williams is in. And the two guys that aren't impacted, obviously, are Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. But if Marcus Smart's out, then that affects, obviously, like, Pritchard becomes a really good play again, because he's going to get a lot of run. You got Derek White, who's going to get run. Like, all those guys get impacted clearly one way or the other. On the other side, Tyler Hero news is critical as well. If Tyler Hero is out, I can tell you that the best player on this slate, price-wise, is Victor Oladipo. Like, it's not even a question to me at this point. When you look at the price and look at what he does, I think he's easily the best play on this slate. At 5.6K on DraftKings, he played 30 minutes last game. I think that the guys are right that he's going to be the guy that they need on the court. But if Tyler Hero is in, I'm not sure that you can assume that it's still Victor Oladipo game. But he also is going to be lower owned. Like, Oladipo is going to be lower owned, but I think it also removes, like, Duncan Robinson probably won't get the run he got last game if Tyler Hero is in, because they needed Duncan Robinson to spread the court some. So I think that the big thing you'll see is that Miami is going to try to condense their rotation tonight. I think if Hero is in, I could see, like, the question is whether Max Struss gets his 13 minutes of run that he got last game, or if they're going to run him out more if Hero is in. And I don't know what the guys think of that, but one guy that definitely concerns me, and I don't think you play, are the guys I think you just completely skip, are Max Struss. I think you skip Gabe Vincent, even though he's cheap, just because I don't think that they're going to be the key pieces, and they're going to go to playing like a 7 or 8 man rotation, maybe, with Oladipo being added in, Hero being added in, and then Struss will get his run, and then Deadman plays 10 minutes, and then otherwise it's the main 5 guys. JSU and Tony, I don't know if y'all have thoughts on that.
I mean, Struss didn't get any more run because the dude, I didn't even realize this. He played 15 minutes, was 0 of 7 from the field, 0-0-0-0 stat line with 3 fouls and 15. Like, that's why he didn't get any run. The dude was not good. And then all these other guys were coming in and hitting shots. So, like, that's probably why, right? Like, Victor Oladipo comes in. They couldn't get any scoring. So there was no reason. And they were getting pummeled right off the bat. So that's why he didn't come in. But I agree with you that, like, I'm not going to play Max Struss. I'm not going to play Kyle Lowry. Those mid-tier guys, like, I definitely think, the Boston guys in the mid-tier are better than those guys I just talked about. And then, like, Tyler Hero, I'm assuming he sits. So, like, Victor Oladipo, obviously, like you said, but yeah, I think that, the Miami, like, cheaper, like mid-tier cheaper guys are a little better than the Boston ones, because I think Marcus Smart and Rob Williams play. So, like, that's how I'm kind of viewing that situation. So, no, I don't like Struss, and definitely not Kyle Lowry. The corpse of Kyle Lowry, as Big T says, which I will, I do like. So, yeah.
Great line. It was good. It was a $1 million line. So let me give a little plug.
You get
here.
props for that line, Tony, but you won't get props with a $62,000 win. That's how Holden rolls.
Again, Hoop doesn't get it. You don't get it. Phallic is rich. I might start throwing Phallic in this crew. But anyways,
I'm not a star like Tony and Hoop. Can I get just a tad under? Can it, like, 50K? I should be getting a congratulations.
No, you're not getting shit unless I've been around you for 4.5 years now. I know how many 100K hits you have. I don't want to hear about it.
I agree, Holden.
Anyway,
I'll say it again. I think that
you be quiet, Tony. Sit there and be quiet.
I think there is no question at all that if Tyler Hero is out, that Victor Oladipo is the best play for Miami and probably an easy captain play for me tonight. Like, it just opens up everything that I want in a critical game 5, that they're going to condense the rotations even more. And it just depends on what Boston ends up doing. I assume both of these guys are going to play. I know that y'all have been saying it the whole time. If they both play, then I think that you are, like, again, JSU, you're absolutely correct that the low tier guys, the cheaper guys for Miami are better plays, especially with Hero out, and you want the expensive guys for Boston. But the wild card, there are 2 wild cards. Obviously, the injuries are a wild card, and the other wild card is this Miami center at home. Yet again, I know that we've gone back and forth on different sides in this situation, but is Bam going to be good tonight, or is he going to be worthless? And I don't know the answer to it. I was lucky and got him on his good night. I'm not sure where I stand tonight at this point, because it just depends on who plays. Because I think that he becomes a good piece because he fits nicely if those guys don't, if Tyler Hero doesn't play, it just fits nicely, and the other 2 guys play, I think that he fits nicely into the equation.
I don't think that I need Victor Oladipo in the captain as much. I guess I think I can still get everything I want without putting him in the captain spot personally. Like, I don't think I need that type of savings on this slate. The way I'm looking at it anyways, but I don't know, maybe Tony thinks differently. I don't think I'm going to need that cheap of a salary team to get everything I want. I think I can play a stud from Boston and still get what I want on my teams.
Let me give some plugs for the site. Then we can talk about captains and find out more about K Phallic's day, just how amazing he's doing. So AP wants everybody to know about our Discord. And I don't know if the subs use it enough, but I know they use it a lot. I mean, they use it during our shows too, to tell us what's going on. Like, we got one guy in there right now saying, ooh, there could be some COVID for the Heat. I read that, but I saw it was a member of the staff, not the players. But anyways, that's fine. So Tony came out with something in Discord the other day. what day was it? It says yesterday on here, but it wasn't yesterday. Tony in the Discord and baseball Discord. This is 18 minutes for lock. Baseball's too easy. Both aces gonna smash. Dodgers gonna score like 17 runs. What happened that night, Tony? What happened that night?
I was wrong. They only scored 10.
Well, it's too bad. And you also only won 62K.
And both pitchers only scored like 28.
Yeah. Discord is very valuable. Tony's in the Discord. JSU's in the Discord. K Phallic is really in the Discord. AP, all these guys
Tony,
are in the Discord.
I'm going to stop holding right here. I want to know where'd you get your baseball takes from? Who wrote that for you in the Discord? Who was writing it? Does Amber give the winners and you just like
get in there and follow my man DC leading our baseball product?
Yeah. I also
give DC the plug. Look at you.
Yeah, yesterday you thought it'd be a good idea for me to interview your wife for Inside the Studio, and I've thought about it more. It's just a horrible idea. Did you see what happened with Hoop's wife? It was just awful. So let's pass on that. Somebody
that would be great. That would be great.
So, no,
I think you got to do it.
No,
Tony, don't you think he's got to do it?
No.
I said I thought it'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the stuff before Run Pure, like some of the paths. She's got some funny sports stories. I'm telling you, from before even fantasy stuff.
All right, this could be the end of my career at RPS.
I mean, as long as you don't like do what G Risen did and start talking about like shoving things inside people and stuff, then you'll be okay.
Was that at your party?
Yeah. Well, last year in
Risen.
the kitchen, he's like, and she is like the nicest person ever. As long as you don't talk about like stuff like that, then it'll go great.
I mean, we'll talk about the water breaking on you though.
I mean, you can talk about that. You can make a workbench joke. She likes those. You just don't need to like get into the specifics of what happens on the bench. She might not like that as much.
But times on the bench, would that be acceptable?
I mean, I would probably stay a little bit away from the.
I don't know if I can do that
kind of talk, but
we'll discuss.
You can do whatever you want.
By the way, for those of you, I might as well plug it now. If you've never seen Inside the DFS Studio, I talked to two of these three gentlemen. We still haven't gotten K Phallic yet, but they talk about losing their virginity.
I want to see K Phallic's. When do we get to see his?
K Phallic, how old were you when you lost it? When you lost your V card?
19.
You were a late bloomer too. So anyways, like button would be great. You just learned something about K Phallic that you didn't know before. 200 likes is the goal. Where do you want to go next, JSU? I feel like we got to get to captains. We've talked about this.
Can I ask JSU? I'm trying to build his like structure of a lineup and putting one of the two big Boston players in the captain, right? Putting the other one in the utility. And then putting in this mid-tier, low tier. Are you that high on Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent, and PJ Tucker tonight?
Less on PJ, but yeah, I am, because I definitely think that those guys can pick up run, just like we saw, especially if Hero's out. So yeah.
Okay, what if Hero's in?
Well, then it would downgrade some of those guys for sure. I still think though that like Oladipo is still going to get some run. Like I still think some of those guys
crush either way.
I think Oladipo is a good play no matter what, and I think his ownership.
I don't know about the captain, so I fall in between you guys. Like I think Oladipo is the best play on the slate.
How do you fall in between us? I think Oladipo is a great play. I just wouldn't play him in the captain.
Exactly, that's in between.
Oh, okay.
So I don't agree.
Oh, so you don't like him in the captain? Okay.
I don't think you need it. That's where I agree with you. Yeah. And then I agree with K Phallic that I think Oladipo is the best play on the slate.
I don't know if Tyler Hero plays. Like, assuming Tyler Hero plays, I don't see these cheap guys. Let's just assume all three of these guys play. That like we'll remove all the rest of the Miami guys, but assume that the three guys that are truly questionable, the two Boston guys and Tyler Hero play.
What's the chances everyone? This whole series has been so weird. We're going to have someone. The funny part's going to be when all three of these guys play and Bam sits or something weird.
Jimmy's knee flares up and friggin' Jimmy sits. Like,
I mean,
so all I'm saying is I don't know. I'm struggling with what the build could even be if all three of these guys play, because you're stuck with. Like you have to be stuck with either a Gabe Vincent or a Duncan Robinson based off of that. And I just don't know Like how much do you need from Gabe Vincent and or Duncan Robinson to feel confident in that type of build when instead you could play Tyler Hero, Robert Williams, even Dusty Kyle Lowry and fit more of those guys?
Yeah, but I don't want Kyle Lowry. I don't want Max Strus. I don't like those guys. I think
God, I would literally bridge jump before I played Kyle Lowry.
But you have Robert Williams, Tyler Hero, Pritchard, like even Grant will. I don't know. I'm struggling with what do you need from those guys versus what you need from the cheap guys. Like the cheap guys are going to play. I'd assume if all the guys are in, Gabe Vincent's going to play 12 minutes max, and Duncan Robinson's going to play 12 minutes max, and he could be a 0.
Well, 12 minutes, but what if he gets
why in the world would Gabe Vincent play 12 minutes?
Yeah.
He's got to play more.
Got it.
Hold on.
Gotta.
And dude in the chat, my boy Brian M, no basketball show tonight, I'm guessing. We're literally doing the basketball show right now. I don't get it.
He played 18
There's not going to be a duplicate of this one, but we're literally doing it.
This is the show.
He played 18 minutes in the last game that Tyler Hero played. Hero only played 20 minutes. Victor Oladipo only played in the second half after Jimmy Butler got hurt.
I think you're doing what you do too much. You're just overthinking it.
Okay. I appreciate it.
There's no way he plays 12 minutes. Like
Kyle Lowry he came in and after Kyle Lowry got hurt in the first quarter, in the second quarter.
Kyle Lowry could get hurt again. Like the dude is so dusty.
Kyle Lowry's washed. I keep saying it. And people in the chat were fighting it.
I think if Tyler Hero is playing, you project Gabe Vincent for 14 minutes.
Oh my God.
What? Huh? All right, K Falic.
That's the type I would bet literally as much as I could bet on the over. 14 it doesn't, there's no way.
Okay, so if he plays 18 minutes, how many points do you need from him to feel?
I mean, at this price, I think you have to think he needs to get in the 20s.
Okay.
If I would project, just say I thought he'd play 14 minutes, which I don't. Say I project.
I'll give you 18 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, but say if you project him for 15 or something, you're better off just going to the cheap guys that could get you 7. I agree with that. I mean, you got to give PJ Tucker, Gabe Vincent, those 4K guys, you got to have them in the 20s to play them.
Thank you.
But I think you can get Gabe in the 20s. And I don't like Gabe. I just think Lowry is just really, really bad.
They're going to run Lowry out there. I'm sorry. They're going to. He's going to get 30 minutes, 29 minutes of playing time if he can.
I mean,
I'm just based off of historical data.
So what you're saying right now, Lowry, who hasn't cracked 30 minutes the whole playoffs, basically.
He played 29. He played 29.
That's still under 30. And then Gabe Vincent's played way more than that every game. So you're literally bucking every trend of the whole playoffs.
He got hurt in the first quarter of the game on the 21st. On the game on the 23rd, he played 22 minutes of the first. Let's see, 17, 22 of the first 31 minutes he played.
Yeah, I mean, our host has got to get us back on track.
I'm astounded. And I don't know if I'm able to do it, Tony, to be honest with you.
What is so after all that, so what? You're on Lowry and not on?
No. I'm not saying I'm on Lowry. I'm saying I don't see if I assume that they're going to tighten rotations to the extent that I think they will, I don't see how you can pay up for one of these studs in the captain spot unless you're just going to go down to the 1K spot and just accept your 0 probably, or get really.
Well, Caleb Martin's for sure going to play.
Or play Dwayne Dedmon at the 1K spot and just take hopefully 8 minutes. And if Bam gets in foul trouble, you get 12 minutes from him.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm 1K. They don't have to do that much personally.
I know that's what I'm saying. Is
Caleb is going to play no matter what, and he looks good.
I think Caleb or Dwayne Dedmon are just as fine plays.
I think you're overthinking this, and when Tyler Hero gets ruled out, all these guys are going to be better plays to you, and then you're going to end up playing them. I can't
decide if I want Hero to be in or out though, because if he's out, everyone's going to be on the same dude. If he's in, I think we get these guys lower owned because. So I can't decide because if he's out, these plays are live, like they're just mint. But,
I'm just saying though, I think he's out personally, but. Yeah,
I definitely hope he's out just because, these guys are going to be higher owned, but man, they're just like stones. Oladipo and Caleb Martin mainly, and Robinson.
All right, guys. Like button. We're looking for 200. We're doing a free show for the freeloaders, so please 400.
I agree with K Fallick too about Boston.
Yeah,
I think Boston is like extremely easy to project. Like. Extremely. That's one of the reasons I like Boston, because I just feel like when I put all my numbers in for Boston, I feel very, very confident that I'm pretty close to accurate with them. Miami, however, I can't. I could be way, way off with the Miami side. So I'm with K Fallick on Boston for sure. And it depends on who's in. But like when Smart and William, like you can't play Derek White once those guys are in, but if like Smart's out, then Derek White's one of the better plays. Pritchard's a better play, but I'm
just saying you can project any of these 2-3 different situations, or I guess 4 situations. You know what Boston's going to do.
Yeah,
Miami, you do not, and it makes it a little harder. But and I'm sorry, I hear people saying that that your head's exploding or whatever, but like this is what
people like though, when you say the stuff and then we react a little, and then that's what it's for the fans.
Yeah, I think that it's hard to play these 3
Big T, you're the only one with fans here, so stop it. Stop it here.
I could see Dwayne Dedmon and Caleb Martin playing.
Oh, my bad. Your hair actually you got a few people at RPS who think you have the best hair at RPS.
They love my hair. And then
might be
K
true.
Fallick just goes like curls. Right now his blood is boiling talking about my hair. K Fallick, please, final thoughts on this. Let's get a couple captain thoughts. And also, we got 400 watching, 178 on the likes. Get it to 200. Come on. We're doing this stuff for free for you. Subscribers, suck it up. You're still getting Big T's core. You're still getting Big T's player pool. You're still getting cores from all these guys, JSU, Fallick, even Rubio.
And we're not going to have the injury news till after this anyway. So you're going to get the premium stuff still that the other people are going to. Someone will get ruled out that we're not expecting. Like, just wait, like something. And then the whole thing we just talked about will be meaningless because who knows? I mean, something will happen. I'll be stunned if this game starts and just everyone's in and no one sits. I'll be stunned. It's not how the series is gone.
JSU, how mean should I be to this jackass in the chat, or should I just be nice, suck it up, and move on?
Be nice.
Okay, never mind. I'm not going to say anything to you. We're all.
I was going to say be mean, so there you go. Big T overruled me. See how this works? I got to listen.
When
to
they're
the
just
boss.
like directly mean, that's just when I let them. Just let it
go, huh?
Like when they're like trolling, that's when I like to go in and like mess with them a little. When it's just clearly like a donkey that's just trying to like be an idiot, that's when you just leave them.
Yeah.
So I
probably shouldn't have said freeloader, but that guy's a freeloader. Okay. Can we talk captain options at least? I know JSU's looking at some Celtics here. We got to do this carefully too, because there are some people that aren't subs. So talk to me a little bit about the captain.
I don't have to. I got to go to the bathroom, but I'm playing Tatum and the captain.
Is the shirt going to stay on or off? Careful. Shirt staying on or off?
To pee? It's staying on to pee.
I didn't know you were
I'm going to be gone like 8 seconds.
All right. Have a good time. His prostate.
8 seconds.
I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's a quickie. JSU, captain.
Yeah, I'm with Tony. Like, I think that Tatum's the best one. Obviously, not going crazy on that one. But, like, again, if Time Lord's out, that makes Al Horford a much better play up there. If Time Lord's in, Al Horford, not as good. It felt like to me, too, like, I don't know, K Fallick, you're watching that game. Didn't you think, like, if you just didn't have the stats out, you watched the game, didn't you feel like Al Horford just had, like, a great game?
Yep.
But he only had 33 fantasy points. But I thought he played, like, unbelievable. I know he missed
he's
a couple
not
shots.
Shooting right now. He's not shooting.
Yeah, but just like my eyes, I was like, oh, This dude had like 40. You know what I mean? Like I watched him play. He was getting every rebound. He was blocking shots left and right. Like he kept blocking dudes. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. If Al Horford plays like that for the Celtics, they're going to friggin' win it all. Because like that dude was on a mission that night and just blocking everyone. He played so well. But like, again, like you said, he's not shooting as much. Time Lord with him definitely affects him. Even if Time Lord only plays like 20 minutes, it still affects like his outcome because that offense also runs just so much through Tatum and Brown. That's the other thing. And then if Smart's back, that's just another guy that you can put in that mix. So yeah, I think Tatum's definitely one. Brown would be two, but like Brown for me is one of those guys. I feel like you're almost getting lucky because he's more of a consistent dude. He's going to give you like 38 to 40. I think most nights. He had a bad night last night. I would expect him to bounce back. He was in a little foul trouble, wasn't on from three. I mean, took 20 field goal attempts though. It was only 5 for 20 from the field, but 20 field goal attempts. Like he's definitely going to bounce back. I'll probably play some Brown in the captain, even though I think he's more hit or miss. Tatum's one, Brown's two. And then I think, maybe I'll throw some Horford in there or Rob Williams, depending on if Rob Williams is in. If Rob Williams is in, I might throw him in there at the cheaper price tag, but I don't know if I'll need it. So that's where it gets dicey. Like it might just be Horford because I might just, have him a little higher than Bob. But yeah, it's going to be all Celtics for me in the captain spot.
Okay. You know what? Butthole Jenkins, fine point. Big T went to the bathroom in 8 seconds. He's good at everything. It's just
Butthole is my boy. Tony. Butthole loves me.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say that's impressive.
I'm serious. I've never seen someone love a tout the way Butthole loves Big T. I've never seen it in my life. I respect it though, because I love Big T. So like, I respect it. And Butthole is not a fan of me, but that's fine. You don't. I don't expect everyone to be. Up. Oh yeah, he loves it. He still wants us to fight. I'm like, dude, we're never gonna fight, like ever. Like it's just never gonna happen.
Hey, we didn't fight when JSU told me to get the fuck off his court. So
that is
if we
true.
Didn't fight that day, then we're never gonna fight.
I remember that.
I mean, seriously, what would I have to do for you to punch me? Like I literally told you to get the fuck off the court.
I've only been in a few fights in my life. These days, I mean, I really don't think there's anything someone could say to me. You would have to like cross the line with my family. Would be the only way I would ever fight.
Yeah, it'd have to be like the kids. Yeah, it'd have to be the kids or Amber. Something be said.
So, Alec, a member or I think it's a subscriber saying you look great. You lost a lot of weight.
No way.
Though watches the shows with his pants off, Brian says. I seriously, like, it would not shock me. Like, dude.
He's a good dude. We like the butthole. But Fallick, good job losing all the weight, buddy. Talk to me about captain options.
Yeah, so number one is Jason Tatum.
He used to always have that top button up. Now he's showing a little skin now that he's losing some weight.
He's showing that chest.
Showing a little skin off down the chute.
Chest.
I like it. Yeah. I like it a lot.
Pretty soon he's going to have like a wife beater on. He's just going to be up like this. Just like showing it.
Chains. Look like JJ from the bedside.
Yeah. So anyways, I think Jason Tatum is a good play no matter what. I'll go through again the 3 injury situations. If Marcus Smart is out, I think Tatum's definitely the best captain spot. If Robert Williams is out, Al Horford becomes very much into the conversation for captain. And then if Tyler Hero is out, Victor Oladipo comes very much in the conversation for me at the captain spot.
Okay. Very good. Tony, you want to wrap this up here with a little thoughts on the captain spot?
AP said, thanks for the shout out, Holden. Longtime member here.
What did I say to him?
You said it was a member that said it about Fallick.
Oh, it was AP? I didn't know that. Hey, AP, what's up?
First
buddy?
time,
How
long
you,
time.
pal?
I'll hang up and listen.
By the way, AP, our code, if you don't want to be, just, I don't want to call you a freeloader anymore, except for Longway. So anyways, if you want to sign up, PGA 50% off your first month's payment. 50% off your first month's payment, PGA 50, unless you just, okay, bite the tongue. Tony, let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to play Tatum in the captain. I mean, maybe in my 150, I branch out slightly with some Jaylen Brown, maybe even some Horford Smart, Bob Williams, those guys. But for the most part, it's just Tatum. I'm not playing any Miami captain. I guess maybe if Hero was out, I could maybe play some Oladipo with Fallick in the captain. I don't know the builds until I plug my numbers like always, and I haven't plugged them yet because I'm waiting for the injury news. I don't want to do it all and then get tilted when I have to redo it all. So I'm going to wait for the lineups, going to run my numbers. My objective, though, is definitely Tatum and the captain.
Let me real quick say for the chat, I respect the call out of me being Van Vader, but who the hell would ever say that I seem like an Awesemo guy? Because I am like the opposite of like jacking off to projections and stuff like that. Like
gross.
I do not see myself in that
Fallick.
realm, but I guess Tony and JSU can say one way or another.
K. Fallick. I mean, we might have to put you on timeout for that one, buddy. That was disgusting.
Okay. Sorry.
You went over the line.
I mean, I kind of like the Vader call. You do kind of look like Vader. I'm not gonna lie. I watched a lot of wrestling back in that day. You do look like Vader. I'll give them the pump for that. I like the Big Van play of the day. I mean, that could be your new play. The Vader play.
The wrestling
I
guy.
like that.
I like the chest cubes play of the day. K. Fallick's chest
from
cubes play of the
Happy
day.
Gilmore, right? That's Vader.
Yeah.
The teacher from Happy Gilmore.
No.
No,
he was a bad guy at Star Wars.
I'll send,
who's that guy?
He was just an actor.
Oh,
he wasn't a real wrestler.
All right, we're almost
Vader.
at 200.
Vader has the only show that I know of that Vader's been on is what's it called? What's the one with Topanga and
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
So this show has gone to the shitter ever since K. Fallick talked about that.
Did you see this Netflix special, Holden, where somehow last week for the PGA, they did a thing where they were going to follow 3 guys. Somehow they followed JT, Mito, and Fitz. How'd they get that lucky? Talk about striking gold.
Yeah.
They're going to have a full special on those 3 following them. That's going to be must-watch TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
They said they spent tons of time with them, though. So that's going to be a cool feature.
All right. If you want K. Fallick's chest pubes play of the day, you need 5 more likes and then we'll get out of here. Okay.
You just said we were getting off track and then you came back with the chest pubes thing.
All the way
Tony,
down to the ball throw. Come on.
In the live show chat, pull it up. I just put a picture of Big Vader. That's Big Vader.
That's Big Vader? All right. Yeah. So no, he doesn't look like Big Vader. Come on.
I think he does.
I don't know. I think he does.
No,
you don't remember Vader time? Like, come on, dude. Yeah, he looks like Vader.
K. Fallick, they're off base here. Just so you know.
I'll take it though. If they want to give it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Why not?
Fallick, you give your play. If we get the 3 more likes, the other, I already know what Tony and JSU are doing. They already talked about it. So just give me a play.
That guy looks like the dude from Billy Madison. I'm just going to say it. Like, I just pulled it up. Vader looks just like that dude.
A foot shorter and 200 pounds.
That's like comparing their whole freaking body. I'm just saying in general with the thing. Yeah.
All right, Fallick. Give us a play, and then we're getting out of here.
Oladipo.
Depot for you. Depot if Hero's out. Depot if Hero's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Just have a good time. All right.
No, I think he's a good play no matter. I think he's going to not lose any run tonight no matter what. I've come to the conclusion that my boy Max Struss is losing run tonight.
JSU looks like gold dust. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, just a shot at the end. Why do I always get the right hooks at the end of the show as we're getting off?
Hey,
who said that? I gotta find your ass. Buy you bang. Of course you're a Cincinnati guy. Screw all you guys from Cincinnati. Just a bunch of bums.
All right. PGA 50% off your first monthly installment. If you would like to become a member, that would be wonderful. I highly recommend you do so. Premium subscribers, we got our baseball show coming up somewhere between 5 and 20 minutes from now. We'll set it. DC is behind the paywall now. So if you want Draft Cheats picks, I
want him. I want his picks.
Good. You got to be a member, Big T.
I am.
Are you really though?
Me and AP are. We're longtime members.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. It's good to hear.
I still think I'm paying my membership. I don't know.
You probably are.
You probably are. You need
Alex
to stop
definitely
that.
paying his membership.
Imagine that. Yeah,
I waste hundreds of months on. I've been trying to call XM for like 6 months, and I just keep paying, and I still haven't called. I'm the worst.
No, you know what to do with XM though. Call them, tell them you're canceling.
And they'll give you the discount. That's my point. I haven't called in 6 months. Like my rate was like 15 a month or something, which was a good rate, and then now it's like 60 or something just stupid.
Because you only won 62K. Do better. That's all I can tell you, pal. You'll be better someday. Someday you'll hit for $1 million. Oh, you already did hit for $1 million. I forgot about that. Anyways, JSU, wonderful to see you. K Fallick, thanks for stopping by. Tony, wonderful to learn. Simon says he pays $6 a month. You guys should get it for free. I worked there a long time. All you do is call them and say I'm quitting, and then they give you for free. Okay, good. We're great. Tony.
The whole point was that I was saying I'm a donkey for not doing that. That was the point.
You could get one.
Tony's definitely the worst when it comes to money, so I can totally believe it.
Like this.
I bet you Butthole Jenkins would call for you.
100%. Yeah.
Butthole, you want to call for me?
Yeah, just pass it on. Butthole.
I don't even think Tony would make the DM right to Butthole for him to do it for him. Like that's how much he just doesn't give a shit.
Unpaid personal assistant, Butthole Jenkins.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, Simon, get us out of here.